Hey gang, it's Rob from ITMasterKey.com, and today we're going to help you pass the Azure AI Engineer Associate Practice Exam. With AI booming, with AI being everywhere, this is a really hot exam and just a really hot field to get in. So if you've never did training with me before, what I do is I go through some practice questions. There'll be scenario based. We kind of break down what the question is talking about, give you some time to figure out what you think the answer is, and I'll actually give you the answer and explain why that is the answer. So I'm excited to meet you, excited that you're here, and let's just get straight into it. I don't want to waste any of your valuable time. So I'll make this guy smaller, move this guy over. All right, so just a quick introduction to me. I'm Rob. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, and I help people just like you get certifications just like this and start rewarding tech careers. I have been doing this for almost 20 years. I have 15,000 students taught, and that's counting. Last time I counted, that's how many people I helped get certifications and get into IT. I have 12 industry certifications, I have a master's in this stuff, and I'm an all around good guy. So as always, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the current students in the Zero to IT Pro program and all of the future students that will be in the Zero to IT Pro program. If you've never heard of the Zero to IT Pro program, it is a program that helps people just like you get the most in-demand certifications in the industry. Also, huge shout out to all of the channel members for the YouTube channel. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, become a member and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. If you can see this smoke, I'm not in a goddamn dungeon. I just, have sinus issues and allergies and all that type of stuff. So I got a humidifier right here. So don't worry, my damn house is not on fire. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the questions. Once again, like I said, I'll read the question, give you some time to figure out what you think it is, and then we'll break it down as a family to understand exactly why that is the answer. Also, just drop in the comments. Let me know where you're checking in from, where you from, why you thinking about getting into AI, so on and so forth. Only thing I ask is that you do not put the answers in the comments because there's going to be other people watching this, and I don't want you to ruin that for them. All right, you ready to go? Let's go. All right, so as far as the certification, who is this really for? So it's for people that want to be AI engineers and want to be ML or machine learning engineers. Also software developers that are looking to get into AI or machine learning cloud applications, data scientists, bot developers, and solution architects focus on intelligent apps. Also professionals responsible for deploying and operationalizing AI models in production. So there aren't any like mandatory prerequisites for taking this exam, but these are just a few recommendations. One, you having 1 year of experience in developing AI or data science solutions, familiarity with Python or C, hands-on knowledge of Azure services, REST APIs, containers, and version control, experience working with cognitive services, Azure bot services, and Azure machine learnings. Now, I've had students that don't have any of this stuff pass the exam on their first try. Now, is that going to be your journey? Is that going to happen for you? I don't know because I don't know who the hell you are. But it's not a requirement, right, to have a year of experience or any experience at all. But it's just a recommended. Just kind of want to drive that home. All right, so here we go. You're developing a chatbot for an insurance provider using Azure Bot Framework and Azure Cognitive Services. The bot must authenticate users with Azure Active Directory, Azure AD, and provide policy information only after successful login. However, during testing, users can bypass authentication and directly access the bot's underlying Q&A maker knowledge base. This presents a major security concern. You need to ensure secure identity-based access without disrupting the conversational flow. What is the most appropriate solution? So once again, just so you don't think I'm standing here being a weirdo, just read the answers for yourself, figure out what you think it is, what the answer is, and then we'll kind of break down what the answer is in the next slide. If you haven't done so, make sure you like this video so we can get into the YouTube algorithm and get in front of more people so we can help more people just like you pass this exam. I think that was more than enough time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So what is the most appropriate solution, right? So when you're actually taking an exam, make sure you pay attention to that stuff. What's the most appropriate solution? What's the best solution? What's the fastest solution? Okay. So the best thing would be to integrate OAuth 2 authentication and the bot using the bot. So to prevent unauthorized access, the bot must use the bot framework's built-in support for OAuth 2 authentication with Azure AD. This allows for secure identity verification, and you can then restrict access to the QA Maker endpoint by requiring an access token. All right, let's get to the next one. Just so we set the mood, this is kind of the level of the questions in this training, right? So if you're looking for practice questions, we have a practice test vault. You can get access to that in the description. All right, next up, your task with developing a solution where processes customer support emails to extract intents and classify sentiment using Azure Cognitive Services. The model must handle both English and Spanish inputs and support near real-time processing. Your manager wants minimal overhead and expects the architecture to auto-scale with usage. After evaluating various approaches, you must recommend a design that delivers high accuracy, multilingual support, and ease of integration. Which architecture best meets these goals? Three, 2, 1. All right, what would best meet those goals is use Azure Text Analytics for sentiment and key phrase extraction with language detection enabled. Azure Text Analytics supports sentiment analysis, language detection, and key phrase extraction out of the box. So straight out from the manufacturer. It handles multiple languages, including English and Spanish, and is highly scalable with real API, making it ideal for near real-time workloads. So pretty much real time means in real time, right? Right now, as it's happening, it can make those changes that you need. You're designing an AI-powered search experience for a large document archive using Azure Cognitive Search. Documents include scanned PDFs, handwritten notes, and structured data. The solution must allow natural language queries and surface relevant results from all formats, including extracting entities and key phrases. Some content is sensitive and must be searchable by certain users. What's the best combination of features to include in your search pipeline? Three, 2, 1. Use a skill set with OCR and entity recognition, integrate with Azure RBAC or role-based access control, and enable semantic search. That's another thing, gang. If you are on the exam, there's going to be a lot of acronyms, right? And if you don't know what these acronyms stand for, it's going to make the exam a lot harder than it needs to be. So Azure Cognitive Search supports AI enrichment skill sets, allowing you to apply OCR, extract entities, and generate searchable content from both structured and unstructured documents. Azure role-based access control can restrict search results based on user identity, and semantic search enhancement relevance using deep learning. Now, one thing I want to point out really quickly is I know a lot of people are interested in AI. A lot of people want to get in AI careers, and that's awesome because there's a lot of opportunity to get AI gigs, to get AI jobs. But I also want you to understand that AI is continuously growing, it's continuously evolving, but it's not quite as scary. It's not quite as crazy as most people think, right? If you use AI on a day-to-day basis, if you use these different AI agents, so on and so forth, you'll kind of notice the limitations in there, right? And I also want you guys not to get an overconfidence, right? If you just use Chat GPT to do some essay questions or to make some captions on Instagram, that's cool. There's so many different layers to AI, and it goes so much deeper, and the functionality and the application for AI is so much deeper than that, right? But if you're here, you're in the right place because it's not going anywhere. All right, so let's go to the next question. A developer is building a virtual assistant using Azure bot framework integrated with language understanding. During testing, the bot frequently fails to identify intents correctly, especially when users use informal or varied phrasing. The bot also struggles when users mix English and local language terms. The team wants to improve language understanding and make the bot more adaptive to different user expressions without starting from scratch. What's the best strategy to improve accuracy? Kind of feel like I don't know what to do while I'm waiting. I don't know if I do some push-ups, do my taxes. 3, 2, 1. I remember on the actual exam, you're not gonna have that much time. So if it's like, damn, you're moving too fast, you need to think better. You need to think quicker, man. You need to be able to read these questions and then give the answers quickly, right? And if it's your first time looking at this stuff, first time ever seeing it, then it's understandable it's going to take you a little bit more time. But on the actual exam, you don't have the luxury of time, right? You got to be a sniper when you get inside of there. All right, so the best way or the best strategy would be add more utterances to the Lewis model and retrain. Lewis models improve with more diverse training data by adding varied utterances that reflect different user inputs, including code mixing, language blending. You can improve intent recognition accuracy. Retraining the model after expanding utterances helps Lewis generalize better. All right, gang, that's it. That's all. Hopefully this was valuable to you. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you got most of the questions right. As always, make sure that you like this video and then watch my last video, which can help you pass some of the most popular certifications in the industry. Other than that, I'll see you in class. Bada boom, bada bing.